It was one of the greatest rivalries in women's athletics. Gail Devers, 29, representing the United States, the reigning Olympic 100-meter champion, and Merlene Ottey of Jamaica, now 36, double world champion and competing in her 5th Olympic Games. 6 other outstanding athletes joined them for the final of the women's 100 meters at the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta. It would take a top sprinter to beat Gwen Torrence, world champion the previous year. But the 2 former athletes in Atlanta were Devers and Ottey. Devers was the star all-round athlete, ranked #1 in the hurdles and coming back to her explosive best in the 100 meters. Ottey was the consistently brilliant sprinter in both the 100 meters and the 200 meters. Form suggested this might be her night. This was arguably the greatest prize in athletics, and they wanted it. They wanted it badly. Devers and Ottey had faced off several times in major finals. The record read 4 wins for Ottey, 3 for Devers. They had run against each other 4 years previously in Barcelona. A blanket finish saw Devers take the race. The plaudits, the small matter of an Olympic gold medal. Oh, and the flowers. Don't forget the flowers. Ottey was just 0.06 of a second behind and still finished 5th. And Ottey would be left wondering how to make up that tiny fraction of a second. 4 years later, she had her chance. She qualified comfortably in her heat. She was the fastest sprinter going into the final with a time of 10.91 seconds. Devers also made it safely through. Fractionally slower, but was she holding something back? And so it came down to this race, a hot night in Georgia for the final of the women's 100 meters. Devers in lane 3, Ottey right next to her in lane 4, Torrence in lane 6.
And a great start from Gail Devers in lane 3. She's pulling away from Gwen Torrence next to her. And here comes Merlene Ottey on the outside. Torrence and Ottey chasing Devers, and now it's a dead heat. I don't know who took that one. Did Ottey do enough? She was coming strong at the finish.
No one was claiming victory. They paced around anxiously, looking for a sign, an indication of who had won. Ottey asked the line judge, "Is it me?" But doesn't get a conclusive answer. Ottey and Devers embraced, respectful rather than warm. Neither knows who's won the gold medal. It was Devers in lane 3 who took control of the race early on. Devers was in front, with Torrence nearest the camera just holding on in lane 6. By the halfway mark, Ottey was still nowhere, but look as she begins her move. An exceptional burst of speed from the Jamaican. Closing on Devers. Had she done enough?
Devers, Ottey, Torrence is probably 3rd behind those 2. Nobody knows on the track, though, what the result is.
It must have felt like an eternity for the athletes. What was taking them so long? Both Devers and Ottey were given the same time, 10.94 seconds. It took them nearly 2 minutes to verify the winner. It was that close. And then the result was shown in the stadium. Gail Devers, Olympic gold medalist. Just that dip on the line was enough to give her victory ahead of her Jamaican rival. Ottey, at 36, had surely lost her last chance of gold. This was the photo finish studied by the race officials, a difference which would later be calculated in microseconds. The blink of an eye, the flap of a wing, the flash of a camera. That's all it takes to win Olympic gold.